has readied up, so we're jumping into the game. And once again, I'm not going to be risking any sort of technical difficulties, so we're going to be changing the team names in game. Tetcher, what do you think? Sky Temple. You were talking about how snowbally it is, but other than that, the idea behind it, it's pretty simple.
Yep, very simple. It's sort of a combination between Dragonshire and the Black Heart's Bay. Hold the area, and the stuff will shoot. It's like Black Heart's Bay, only without the one central point where there is guaranteed fights. Instead, there's just going to be multiple central points that change depending on where the map is. Keeps the teams moving, keeps them on their toes.
That's for certain, so it's not really pay to win, but more like stay to win.
Stand to win. Play to win. There we go.
I'm pretty sure that both teams are going to be doing that, so it's not ESC, it's going to be Yard on the blue trunks.
Yep.
And it's Kick in the red, so that's at least that's easy.
Alright, so introducing the players, starting on the left-hand side in the top lane. Like I said, it is Yard team, and playing for them, it is Demaga playing the Valor. It is Hydra playing the Malfurion. Jella is on the Sergeant Hammer. In the mid lane, it will be Dez on the ETC. And in the bot lane, it is Turek on the Brightwing with the Master Skin.
And on the other side, it's Rhaegar being played by Sheep, Vonethil playing the Tassadar, Dingo playing the one and only Nazebo. In the mid lane, we have Chen being played by Alex Broke, and in the bottom lane, it is Illidan played by Rollick, who is currently frolicking around.
Yep, scouting to see it, there's anyone chilling in the bushes, waiting to see if he can get an ambush. However, the majority of the action we will see in this early game will either be in the bot lane, where Illidan attempts to 1 versus 1 Brightwing, and Brightwing will find a way to win because it's Brightwing. Speaking of which, that is actually where we're seeing some action, but Brightwing just going to chill, regain the health. And the other action we'll see is in the top lane. Jella already getting trapped with zombie walls, but able to knock her way out of that with her concussive blast, keeping herself alive. Mid lane, these two will trade for a bit, but heals versus shields, these two will be at it for a while.
I agree completely. For now, though, top lane, it's also just going to be a little bit of a wet noodle fight here. You have the healer in the form of Malfurion and Rhaegar, and those are going to be keeping both of their teams completely at full health. Although, look at the mid lane, there's down to half hit points against Alex. Alex getting a lot of shielding from his brewing. But other than that,
pretty effective. Allows you to basically out-trade most people in lane, but Dez just healing back up. Also, shout out to Sleepless TV for Muradin equals ETC.
Wow. Wow.
If you don't do it, I'm going to shout out the people who do. For now, Yard team going to be taking control of this top temple. Jella going to be chilling there while the rest of the team soaks XP. Mid lane, however, the mid temple has been taken by Team Kick incoming. Dez not wanting to roll his way in there and fight 3 people. Instead, Dingo and Alex the Pro G going to continue pushing the lane while Sheep fights the Guardians.
And in the top side of the map, Demaga and Jella are just going to be dealing with those Guardians. The temple is almost out of firepower, so both teams getting a full duration of their temple. So, yeah, you were talking about Rollick versus Turek. Turek already taking quite a bit of damage here from Illidan. Illidan having picked up the, what's it called again? The burning, the immolation, there we go. Dealing additional damage after he uses an ability. And because Illidan has no mana bar, no resources, he's going to be able to just keep on the pressure on Turek. Actually, look at the middle lane. Due to the temple taking out the towers, Dingo and Alex have already taken down the gate as well.
And the fountain. So Dez is actually now going to have real trouble dueling with Alex the Pro G. So
on the other side,
though, play a bit further back.
On the other side, top lane, same issue. Only this time it's a 3-man squad pushing in against a 3-man squad. So it's it is pretty equal for both teams right now. Although look at Jella getting into position here. Alex is like, something
fishy. Ain't right here. He's going to run down away from the enemy team, and he is going to be able to get out. Jella, though, sieging up, going to start doing damage to these towers, and it's the standard strategy: 3-man wave the top lane, which is in order to take down both the towers so that you get the XP, and then start on the mid lane, swap with whoever's there. Right now it's Hydra just holding the top lane against Sheep, while the remainder of the other teams start grabbing their hard camps. Vonethil grabbing the hard camp on the side of Team Kick incoming, but it's going to wait to grab it until the shrine in bot lane is nearer to coming up.
Yeah, that's also one of the things that you can do with a Nazebo, and that's easily get these Merc camps. Actually, the Nazebo opting not to take bribe in this case, and also another interesting thing here, Tetcher, is the Mule being picked up by Dingo.
Yep, Mule, very, very good on this map. It does counteract the lasers pretty effectively. Heals up means you have so many more laser shots to use in order to get it. And like you said, not running the bribe, which is pretty normal. Instead, going with the Death Ritual, which gives him the extra health and mana, which is what we always see.
Yeah, I believe it did get a little bit of a change in terms of that. It doesn't work on mercenaries anymore, but it does work on all the lane minions and all the heroes that are involved. Bottom Shrine, that's basically the standard routine, or rather the phase that you're going through. First is the top two, then is the bottom one. I believe it then follows up with the middle one.
I believe it was top and middle, but
top and middle?
No, wait,
it's top and middle?
It'll be bottom middle.
Yeah, bottom middle. That's there's a standard rotation between the shrines,
which we have yet to memorize, but we will work on it, and then Blizzard will change it because they're like that. They are mean to us casters and the players.
That's how it works. But look at the bottom lane here. Because of the fact that the entirety of the team of Yard is in that bottom lane, Team Kick has already taken down the middle fort because they just went in full force. And Kick, now after having taken down the middle lane, is looking to pick a fight with the guys from Yard. And although Yard is immediately running away.
Yeah, they're backing out of this shrine, in fact. Gonna wait to see if they can catch anyone. But now, they are going back in here, now that they know where the other team is. Gonna wait for it so that they don't get caught out. Brightwing is gonna be teleporting down very quickly.
Ooh. Yeah, they're actually looking for the engage here. Here's the barrel. Look at Alex. He's just repositioning Jella in such a way that she has
so low the heals.
Ancestral heals so good to Rollick. But look at it, Ravenous Spirit.
Healed shields and automobiles. Oh my, Rollick is continuing to go on to Jella, but she's taking so much healing from her team. Needs to knock back, and Rollick goes down. Jella, still alive, continuing to fight, but Vonderfield will finally take her down. But Nazebo and Illidan both gave their lives just to take down Sergeant Hammer, and now Vonderfield's going to die as well. And Sheep, backing up, going to keep himself alive. Chen has already escaped to the top lane to soak some XP.
Yeah, and to add to the pressure, they're also going to be picking up the boss camp here, so that's going to apply even more pressure in this bottom lane. So, if we were looking at the last fight, the engage by Chen, it wasn't that bad. It was really good. It actually forced Jella into a corner where she couldn't really escape from.
Yeah, it was very solid, but Illidan didn't aggro onto Sergeant Hammer. He was busy elsewhere in the fight, and if he had, they likely would have taken it down, and Illidan wouldn't have to dive into the enemy team to try and take it down.
Exactly. So that's the biggest thing about that last fight, and because Illidan, like you said, was in the back lines, it was already lost before the fight even begun. And this is something that if Team Kick wants to play this composition, they have to work on choosing their target and not just sending Illidan, go in Illidan. And at the same time, Dingo was busy channeling a Ravenous Spirit that also, well, it hit two members on the team of Yard, but it wasn't really focusing down Sergeant Hammer, and that cost him even more damage.
Sergeant Hammer, but Sergeant Hammer was able to roll in, get the shields from get the shields from the Brightwing, and she was inside the Tranquility the majority of that time, and that is Tranquility's advantage versus a Ravenous Spirit.
That was the I was under the impression that Ravenous Spirit was missing one of the heroes, but you have to give it to Nazebo. That positioning was amazing. A full duration of Ravenous Spirit in that position. Wow. It should have been much worse for the team of Yard, but apparently it wasn't. It actually backfired completely onto Kick. For now, though, we have both shrines once again active, and you can see that Team Kick is moving towards the middle one, and Yard team choosing to take down that bottom shrine. However, Yard team will be getting themselves a fort before Team Kick can even take down a gate. Well, maybe the gate and a tower, but nothing more than that.
Yep, but like you said, fort will go down, and that will even up. In fact, no, that will give Yard team the fort advantage due to the fact that they'd already taken down the bot fort separately. And, oh wow, that's two forts. Didn't even realise the top fort was so low.
Yeah, that's very, very... to be honest, they did get that first top fort, the guys from Yard team. They got the top fort, whereas Team Kick got the middle first... the top temple, and the middle temple went over to Kick. And Kick used the... Well, now they're actually taking out the top fort as well, but they used the time that your team was fighting over the bottom shrine to take down the middle shrine and then lost the subsequent fight.
Barrel?
But here's a beautiful fight.
Yes.
Arrow going out. Des is completely body locked in. Does he have anywhere to go? Well, he has his power slide.
Kick.
But yeah, he's going down.
Yeah, but now Illidan going in with the Metamorphosis, only he gets Emerald Winded, which actually sees him for a while. He's going on to Turek. Nice knockback from Sergeant Hammer. Gonna prevent Turek from going down.
To be honest,
well played,
this fight was a lot better than the last one. This time they just dropped everything on a single target and chose, okay, we're killing ETC. He might be the tankiest member on their team, but a 5-man focus right onto ETC is going to take him down, and that forced the team of Yar team to fall back immediately because they had no way of protecting their backline.
Yep, and great play by Chen there, able to separate out ETC from the rest of the team and CC him for the full duration of that barrel. And the fact that he was able to push him, apparently there is enough space behind the camp to push someone and have them not be interrupting the camp being stolen. So Chen was able to steal that Bruiser camp as well as get that ETC down. So very well played by him, very good choice to use that ult there. And now, second Bruiser camp goes over to Team Kick incoming, and they are starting to show a little bit of control despite a small XP deficit.
Yeah, but if we're looking at the time, I would say it's about temple time, because those will be coming online pretty soon. Another thing to keep in mind here, though, is the fact that while they did win that little team fight and while they did get that Bruiser camp, it didn't do all that much. The top fort was already gone, and they only took out 2 towers, so nothing of value was lost that day. Yep,
this is true. So for the meantime, while Brightwing teleports away before she gets ambushed, let's have a quick look at the talents while the teams take mercenaries and make their way towards the temples. We have Ice Block from Brightwing and Malfurion. Now this is to protect them because they are the healers for their assassin-based team, but if they get picked off, the assassins are vulnerable. So throwing down their healing abilities, like pulsing the Gust of Healing out of Brightwing and the Tranquility out of Malfurion, if they get picked off, they aren't healing anymore. So if they lock themselves down in Ice Block, those abilities will still continue to cast. So they'll be able to continue healing without being picked off. And
although we now have a little bit of a fight here, you can see Alex, he's just brewing up a little bit more before getting ready to go in. Volatil already down to 25%. He has to be popping his Archon pretty soon. Beautiful barrel there by Alex. They're going straight into Jella. This time they actually get her into a corner. But look at the heal coming out! Those heals
Strafe coming out from Demarga, going on to Alex the Pro G. Alex the Pro G going down. Nice Ravenous Spirit from over the wall. Demarga's being dropped so low. Illidan dives. Demarga almost escaped, but he does go down. Illidan also dies, though. Alex the Pro G jumps onto ETC and takes him down. It's now Hydra and Jella and Turek versus them, but they're out of heals. And we're going to see Yard Team pick up. Sorry, no, we're going to see Team Kick incoming. Take the fight there. They grab the remaining shots from that temple, and now they will move to fight the boss. And yeah, we saw huge heals coming out from the team of Yard there, which were able to keep Hammer alive for a while, but then Illidan dived in and was able to kill off Valor, which meant Hammer was the only damage, and by then Brightwing and Malfurion had already used everything they had in their power to keep Sergeant Hammer alive, and she was getting dropped far too fast. The first aid from Hammer had already been used as well. She had nothing left, and we saw Team Kick incoming make the best advantage of that as they could.
Yeah, and I really like how Team Kick is now also picking up this bottom fort. They're going to be sending the boss there as well. And right now, they are in a pretty good spot. They're, at this point, ahead in the experience race. They're ahead in the kill race. And that means that they are most likely going to be hitting level 20 before their opponents. And if we're looking at the build coming out of Illidan, it's a really tanky build. Also, Sixth Sense, one of the abilities that we didn't see in a long time. Well, we did see it the past few weeks.
We see it now and again. It is a situational ability. Take it if your opponents are going to, if you're going to be diving very hard without your team. In this case, Illidan is diving with Chen, but he still needs to stay alive. So throwing those two abilities, talents in, is going to keep him very safe.
I would like to say that usually you see different abilities in that slot, but not in this case. It works wonders because he can just pop all of his first aid and stone skin, and combining that with the 50% damage reduction as long as evasion is active, it's pretty much unkillable while still dishing out quite a bit of damage. But in that last fight as well, The thing I would say for your team is not to fight in close encounters anymore. They cannot fight
Temples. Temples are a thing.
But then try to fight in that top or middle temple where you have a little bit more movement. Whereas that bottom temple, that's pretty much, yeah, I don't know how to put it, but it would just be saying...
It's the most enclosed one.
Yeah, exactly.
I see what you are saying. I would like to point out, though, more talent-wise, the build from Rhaegar. Now, normally, the builds we're seeing from Rhaegar lately is maximum healing, maximum protection, like that has the healing surge, for example. However, this Rhaegar has gone the old bite your butt build, and he's gone for the Feral Lunge and the Blood for Blood, which means he chunks damage when he does dive onto you, which means he does get to get into the front line a bit more to be an extra body, and he still gets the normal healing from the healing totem and the ancestral healing. It means he can dive onto someone like Valor and give his team a better chance of wiping them out.
Another thing that just happened is that Des in the top lane has decided to back away from the temple, and that might actually just give the temple over to the team of Kick, and that I'm a little bit curious as to why he went back. The only thing I can imagine is that he was afraid that his team would not be in time and that he would die instead.
Yeah, he was separated from his team, did not want to get caught out. A very safe decision to make. And there is a talent of Sergeant Hammer I'd like to bring up. The Bullhead Mines. It is a talent that means Hammer Spider Mine does knock back, but since the most recent patch, only the middle mine knocks back. So it's a bit interesting.
But it knocks back a little bit further than before. Before you would have the combination of the 5 mines plus the knockback, and then you would have 5 knockbacks. In this case, though, it's just a somewhat longer knockback. And I can see why they pick it up, because it allows you to, 1, push people off your temple, and 2, because you're fighting in these close encounters, it can also interrupt Nazebo. Toss them next to Nazebo as he's channeling his Raven Spirit, and then run.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
That would work.
For the moment, though, both teams grouping up, killing off minion waves, getting as much XP as possible. And they're waiting for their opportunity for the next temple to come up when they do fight. Level 20 has been reached by Team Kick incoming, and we have the demonic form from Illidan, so when he transforms, he remains in that form permanently. Yep, he permanently remains there until he dies, basically. Oh, Dez needs to back out. He gets the slow from Alex the Pro G's jump, but is still going to be able to back out because he has the movement speed boost from the Uber Rockstar. So he's able to back out thanks to Palku's abilities. Alex the Pro G, though, with the chase. What is this? Going very, very aggressive. He has the bonus movement speed thanks to Brewmaster's balance. He's going to have to barrel to get this. He should get 2, and there we go, separating out Dez and Hydra. But Hydra teleporting, getting teleported on by Turek. That might have been a bad move, but there's Tranquility, and there's the Emerald Wind. Might keep them alive. In comes the Metamorphosis. Alex the Pro G continuing to fight this. The Ravenous Spirit is from way down the back. Moshpit catching 3 people. Vonderfield's trying to burst down Dez. The Pro G gets annihilated there, and Dez trying to back out, but Rollick is chasing him down. Rollick does pick him off and continues to chase. Sheep also diving in with the Feral Lunge. And that is the fight. 2-1 in favour of Team Kick incoming. Jen being picked off as that mosh pit finished. But Brightwing, bit of an interesting teleport, but was able to save Malfurion, but died in the later fight. And ETC not able to survive after taking all that damage while mosh pitting.
Yeah, but for now it's Team Kick who are taking the middle shrine for just a few seconds, getting some shots off, but now they're immediately rotating up to the top lane. The Maga is a little bit out of position here. Rollick immediately jumping straight on top of him. Volatile moving in as well. 1 more hit, that's all it takes. There's a jump. That's the end of Vala. Now they're turning their attention to Jella, who has to run as fast as she can and will be able to escape. At the same time, though, Hydra being chased here. They decide, well, we can't really chase the tank, so we're going straight for the support, taking out Hydra in just a few hits.
Well, shield. Nope, not enough. He tried to save himself there. He took Storm Shield at the very last second and tried to save himself with it, but it was not enough. Level 20 has been reached, as we did just see that Storm Shield from Malfurion. Brightwing has taken the continuous wins, adding the extra Novas to her ultimate.
Those lasers.
Bolt of the Storm from ETC just for the engagement and the playmaking. The extra strafe bolts, or the penetrating strafe bolts from Valor, and the extra napalm from Sergeant Hammer. Now that is interesting. It's more impact damage and increased range, meaning Hammer can stay a lot safer and a lot further back, but it is still an interesting choice.
Speaking of interesting choices, they actually let the temples go neutral again. They decide
they wanted
we're
the boss.
falling back and we're just going to take the boss camp immediately and then maybe start fighting against our opponents. This leads to the fact that your team is now picking up the middle temple, getting a few shots off. On the other hand, might just be a bait, keep moving in. Concussive Blast from Jella is going to be forcing him back a little bit longer. And finally, the middle temple is in control of the red team. Of Team Kick is going to be taking down the keep there to about, 5,000 hit points, yeah.
Yeah, and now they're moving up to the top lane. They have just been all over the map. They've been ignoring temples, etc., purely so they can hunt the enemy team. Okay, the enemy team is at top temple. Let's go up there and fight them. Okay, they've moved to mid temple. Let's head down there and fight them. Oh, they're a boss. Let's fight them there. And just continue to chase down the team of Yard, just to make sure that they could get the minimum of anything possible by playing super aggressively. And right now, though, they are on the core. The boss still has a small sliver of health, so they can go quite aggressive onto this.
Oh,
boss
Turek
is now down. There's the barrel.
Immediately to half. Wow, immediately Metamorphosis is coming in as well. Turek uses the ultimate, but can actually just escape. Alex actually tanking the core here, so he has to fall back as well. The ancestral healing is going to keep him alive. The Stray is doing so much damage, but it isn't even close to enough. And now, while they might be able to force back the team of Kick, they're going to lose at least one of their heroes. ETC goes down, Alex and Proc right in the middle of everything, and Rollick still in his demonic form, jumping straight into Turek. Turek now, well, he does survive at half health, but at the very least, Rollick jumping straight to the Maga. The Maga might go down.
Oh no, jumping over the core for escape, and Jella picks him off with the concussive blast. Core survives on about a third health, and this team does not have the mule. Nazibo does have the mule. Currently hasn't been using it because bottom keeps dying.
Yeah, they're going to need a little bit of help. Fortunately, the catapult is more than enough to deal with the siege giant. And to be honest, that was an amazing push, but I would have said that they should have, if they went all out on the core, then most likely they would have been able to take it.
I think they may have died. Quite honestly, that strafe, they backed up at a pretty good time to keep themselves alive there. And there's a ping. I'm pretty sure that's a ping of, drop mule, please. It's it's almost dead. Please fix. Liz, please. It's off cooldown. I'm watching Nazibo now. It's off cooldown. He's just holding it. He's just not used it yet.
Maybe he's actually saving it for a later date, but 60 seconds is a low cooldown. Alex the Pro actually running straight to Jella. Jella, he is going to be spotting this panda here. Fury now also running into Chen, but they can't really catch this panda here because that would be a pandemonium. Yep,
and right now, Tazdingo moving in, finding Turek. Vonafil also going to be doing some harassment. There's the polybuff, there's the barrel. Then the barrel going to be holding back ETC, the only chance they really have of CCing. Jella attempting to just focus down Tazdingo. The healing from Tranquility, able to just heal all the damage that Ravenous Spirit did to Jella. She's continuing to do as much damage as she can. Yard team taking control of this temple for now. And the instant reaction out of Team Kick incoming. Well, let's just take the mid-temple, and Demaga using the strafe, trying to pick off Tazdingo. There's the vault! Ancestral healing heals Tazdingo, and now we're going to see Illidan dive. Oh, wait, GG.
The core went down in the background. Oops. We didn't see it happening.
We were casting the fight and we didn't realise that the core was just dead because there's nothing left to block the shots. Oops! I forgot about that.
And Team Kick taking down game number 1 in an amazing fight there. But yeah, that's also one of the tactics that you can use. Just delay your enemy team and see what happens.
And we are getting into game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Yard Team and Team Kick incoming. It's going to be on the Dragonshire. Currently, Team Kick incoming are 1-0 up.
And from what we've seen the last game, that means that they're most likely going to be losing this game, and we're going to go into a full best of 3 and see who wins. But then again, well, results from the past are not a guarantee for the future, and as I would say at my studies, correlation does not imply causation.
This is true, but Team Kick incoming seem very confident on this map. We did in fact see them pick it twice against Team ESC Gaming, and they were that confident on it, and it worked out the second time. They were able to bring out a victory despite a ridiculous early game deficit they ended up giving over to ESC. But for now, here they are, spawning on the left-hand side of the Dragonshire. It is Team Kick incoming! And starting in the mid lane, it is Rollick on the Tychus, Alex the Pro G on the Diablo, Sheep is on the Ufa, Tazdingo is on the Nazibo, and Vonafil is on the Tassadar.
And on the other side, we have Des playing on the Chen. We have ETC being played by Hydra. We have Jella playing the Vala. We have Turek playing the Rhaegar. And finally, we have the Mago playing Captain James Rayner.
Yep. For now, though, 5-man dive into the mid lane from Team Kick incoming. Unfortunately, there was no one there. Jella, though, pretty close. Diablo's looking aggressive, and he goes straight in onto Jella. Jella vaulting out of there, though. Doesn't take too much damage. In fact, she deals more damage than she takes there. The Margo and Jella both took a little bit of health down.
Oh, this is an interesting thing to note, Tetcher. Look at Vala's first talent.
Have a look at Vala's first talent. It is Wrangler. Looks like she's going to be focusing more on the auto attack.
And it makes
build.
sense. I mean, you have a Rayner. Rayner is going to be giving a lot of attack speed. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, so does... no, ETC gives movement speed at level 13 if he picks that talent.
He gives attack speed at level 1 thanks to his passive.
Ah, there we go. So Jella now getting kicked straight into the shrine, but is able to vault right out of there even after those stuns. And yeah, so initial scuffles here in the bottom lane, and things are already looking to heat up. I'm not entirely sure which of the two teams is going to be winning this bottom lane, but for now it looks like the guys from Kick are winning in the trades.
Yep, for now that does appear to be the case. Hydra in the mid lane, however, taking quite a bit of harass, is having to back up and Fountain very early on and just get some, well, he needs to get some health back. Vodafil, though, just going to kite him and harass him for all the day is worth. Rollick grabbing top shrine and is now going to go back onto Dez, actually trading pretty efficiently with him. But
Turek is in a lot of trouble here in the bottom lane. Almost got body blocked in, but now finally it's Jella actually going straight onto Proji. No.
Dingo turning around, but actually gets out harassed as well. So much damage being dropped from this auto attack Vala. However, that does allow Yard Team to get control of this bottom shrine and prevent the Dragon Knight from being taken in the middle lane. Amplified healing being taken on Chen, very much focusing on this regen build. A nice shot there from Reyna, hitting Alex the Pro G through the Fog of War. I'm sorry, not through the Fog of War, you have Vision of the Shrines.
Yeah, and to add on to the auto attack build, Manticore now being picked up by Jella, that makes it pretty obvious what Jella is going to be doing. Most likely level 10 is going to be Rain of Vengeance, so you can continue auto attacking. And to be honest, I like this setup here, especially with the Rainer, and especially with against a team that also wants to be getting up in your face. If you are going to be going for the auto attack with Nexus Frenzy at the end of the game.
Yeah, if you get to the late game with auto attack Vala and you get Nexus Frenzy, that's the death sentence in itself. Having a look at some of the other talents in the game, though, while these teams continue to scuffle. Diablo is someone we want to be keeping an eye on. He's gone with the Soul Feast and the Amplified Healing, going very much for the whole tankier build. Soul Feast, for each soul he gains an additional 5 health and 0.1 health regeneration per second. Basically, if he takes the increased soul count on level 7, that is the way you can become the tankiest character in the game. However, doing that means you do give up battle momentum, and even though Diablo has quite some auto attacks...
top lane now, Des actually getting a stun on top of his face. Will he be able to actually escape this one?
I don't think he can.
Rolling.
Oh no, the knockback knocked him out of stun range. I think that was a bad move. Des, able to stay alive, he fountains up, and he's heading straight back into that shrine just to try and deny it, I think, while his team has control. And Hydra going on to Sheep here. Des continuing to dive forward. Rollick going to harass from range with that overdrive, but this top shrine going to stay in favour of Yard Team here. Demaga currently heading to the mid lane, possibly trying to look for his opportunity to grab the Dragon Knight, but Monofil still here, being annoying, harassing.
Lane Tasting in a lot of trouble here, went down to about 10% hit points, is able to walk away, but that was really, really close. On the other hand, though, Hydra is standing right next to the Dragon Knight.
That was last second. That was very close. Sheep,
yeah, he'll be so strong.
Not going to stop, though. Sheep and Vodafil just continuing to harass. Ready to Ags the Pro G from the bot lane, going on to Demaga here. Now backing out, very aggressive.
Yeah, but look at Jella. She is also coming in from this bottom lane, trying to deal some damage to Vanathil. But at the same time, Nazebo is moving into that bottom shrine to try and take that one back to the team of Kick. But Turek is not standing on top of the shrine, but it doesn't really matter as Jella comes in as well. That's the end of Nazebo. And immediately they take control back of this middle shrine. Although, top lane, Sheep is now on the Sun Shrine.
He's going to have to back off here. Hydra will push him back, and Dez can jump over the wall to assist. Des has once again gone for the full health regen build, only more health regen than we've seen in the previous games, thanks to that amplified healing, which is, like we said before, going to be helping with the healing totem for that extra healy goodness. Hydra.
I like what Volatil's doing here, just sitting to the side, dropping some side storms here, but he's probably not going to be able to keep Hydra from doing that without some help here. No, now coming in, Hydra jumping straight to Volatil. From the bottom side as well. Alex coming in, he's going to be smacking Hydra right back into his team, but they lack the damage at this point. And now finally, after such a long scuffle, the Maga coming in, trying his best to at least force Volatil and Alex back, but this time it's going to be enough. Turek on the Dragon Knight statue is going to get that one. And now, while also hitting level 10, it is your team who takes the initial advantage.
Yep, heroics are available for Yard Team, and they have the Dragon Knight. Ultimate-wise, we do see the Mosh Pit out of ETC, the Wandering Keg out of Chen, aka the Barrel Roll. Ancestral Healing coming in from Rhaegar, which is, yeah, if we didn't see that, it would have been hilarious. Seeing the Bloodlust with auto-attack Vala and Reyna would have been brutal, but not really ideal. Reyna's Raiders from Reyna just for that extra chase damage, and the Rain of Vengeance, like you said, from Vala, able to lock people down. If she takes Executioner at level 16, she is going to be annihilating people with damage.
Yeah, but the issue with going for Executioner is the fact that there isn't all that much CC on the side of Yard. Yes, they have ETC, but that's pretty much where it ends, because the only ability that Des has that gives a little bit of a slow is the pressure point at level 13, and okay, you have the Thunder Totem.
You have the slow from Rhaegar, the slow from Chen, the stuns from ETC, the knockback and stun from Raider, and the stun from Vala's ultimate. Yes, there is. He can take a talent that makes his Q stun, and it's a knockback, so it's still CC.
Like so, yeah, but the knockback only lasts for a few seconds. Here's Apocalypse, though. The Maga actually getting smacked right back into the Apocalypse. Will just get wiped out. Does manage to pop Raiders, but those Banshees are just going to get destroyed. But yeah, I'm not really. I'm still not completely convinced about the Executioner ability, but that's just me, and I'm probably completely wrong.
Well, no, I still think it's more likely we'll see Blood for Blood just for the survivability purpose, but it would be quite cool to see. For now, though, Jella just focusing down Alex the Pro G, which he can do. Nice Raid of Vengeance, able to lock him down, and that does give them the easy camp as well. Jella currently backing up because Odin has been popped, and that is dropping very large amounts of damage onto the players from Team Kick incoming. Meantime, in the top lane, Des and Sheep are having a lovely old time together, having incredible difficulty killing each other.
Yeah, that's pretty much the issue when dealing with an Uther or a Chen. However, Des will have to get out of there pretty fast. Yeah, well, he is going to get out of there. Yeah, the barrel is there. Very well done by Des. Just drawing both Tastar and Tychus to the top lane. Rolling and Volatil wasting a little bit of time chasing away Des.
Yep, so Des able to heal up to full health as well thanks to that fountain. For now, though, Alex the Pro G, he is on 74 stacks of his Black Soulstone. He is not yet at the 100 he needs to revive when he dies, basically give him the Resurgence. But it does give him a lot of extra health and health regen, so he's going to be very tanky and very hard to kill for the moment. Bruiser Camp in the bot lane goes over to Yard Team, and they're also going to take the bottom shrine.
Yeah, as well as the top shrine. So ETC is already on this middle shrine. That's going to keep Alex the Prog a little bit busy. He's going to be calling in some reinforcement from Volatil and Rollick, but the Maga is now there as well to deal with both Diablo. Actually, Sheep also incoming. Here's a sprint, there's a stun, but that's a wasted sprint if you ask me. Couldn't quite... there was no way he could have turned that one into a play.
Yep, they wanted it. Oh, there's the punch, and into the Apocalypse. Dimaga getting CC. There's the Divine Storm, and we're going to see Hydra not go down. There's the Ancestral Healing, keeping him alive. Raid of Vengeance, though, very nice. We don't see the cleanse, I think, onto Alex Pro G. I did see a cleanse. I think that's who it went down onto. For now, though, we are seeing the defense. Oh, no, Sheep mistakes are made. Oh, no, he healed himself, but, yep, goes down anyway. But yeah,
he didn't really have anything left. Des now in the top lane, already countering out that the Bruiser Camp that has been picked up by the guys from Kick. And just going to push this forward a little bit, tanking up all the hits with a shield. And now, with Team Yard actually picking up the bottom shrine, they have already sent ETC to that middle shrine. That one should be going their way. There's no way Rollick can get there in time, so the Dragon Knight number 2 is heading over to the Yard team.
Yep, Yard team putting on a pretty good show this time. The last game, they were a bit on the back foot. However, it is nowhere near over. Team Kicking coming very much still have the potential to turn this around. Jella, though, still dealing huge damage. She's taken Giant Killer, and she has, in fact, taken the Executioner talent. Let's have a look at the hero damage at the moment. She has 21k. She's a bit behind Tychus, but she is still doing huge amounts of damage and has a good 15k more siege damage than he does.
Yeah, but there are a few things that you have to keep in mind here, at least in my opinion, and that's that the power spike at level 20 is so humongous. There's the run from Sheeps right in with the Divine Storm. That's going to at least lock up the Maga for a little bit longer. He's right in the middle of the team, but the healing is going to keep him alive. Raiders are going to be dealing more than enough damage. They're actually getting blown out of the sky by the Odin, like they should be, because they're light vehicles.
They're also air vehicles versus what is technically a 4. So, yeah, countered.
Get wrecked, son.
Get wrecked. I've been building Odin secretly this entire time, just in case.
Would be pretty nasty. But Sea Giants heading into the bottom lane, and they are going to be giving a little bit of a push there. At the same time, though, they're still keeping Volatile in that top lane, who is really needed in the next couple of seconds, because these towers and gate are going to go down really, really fast.
He's on his way. Alex the Pro G, though, gets Turek on the other side of the wall. Wall will go down soon, but there's no way for Turek to escape it. He does go down. Rain of Vengeance catching Sheep, though. He cleanses himself, but that doesn't stop him dying. You can't cleanse a death. Divine Storm is not ready for another 9 seconds. I don't even know if his death clock lasts that long. I think he'll actually just go down here before he can use it. Yep, doesn't come up in time 1, and it's up. Very bad timing there. Jella trying to kite away with the rest of her team. It's currently 1 kill to 1. Both supports are down, so we could still see a fight, but Yard team a little bit lower on health, a little bit less willing to fight here. They're going to be backing up, grabbing fountains, and looking for objectives like their easy camp to take on the map.
For now, though, another thing to keep in mind is the fact that, well, we were talking, I was trying to look at the power spike at level 20. I'm not entirely sure which team actually has a stronger power spike there. I would think it would be Tychus if he picks up Nexus Frenzy.
Tychus' spike is not as aggressive as the Valor spike with Nexus Frenzy.
This is true.
If we're talking about power spikes, it's going to be people like Nazibo for just the huge extra range he gets. However, very quickly, Bruiser Cap going over to Yard team. Vodafil being dropped low. Barrel has been used, and he's trapping Alex the Pro G, but Alex the Pro G is very tanky. There's the Apocalypse, and he gets Jella. He's going onto it, doing huge damage, and he survived. He is still doing huge damage. The Ravenous Spirit is trying to take out Turek, but Turek manages to Ancestral, healing himself and keep himself alive. Didn't help Valor, though. Valor did go down, and that is a kill for Team Kick incoming. And the shrines have just come up. They're going to be grabbing the top shrine. Jen, however, was able to sneak away and is going to grab that bot shrine.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dazdingo is moving into position to try and contest that one. Volatile also moving in, Oracle coming out as well, noticing that there's no one around, so these spiders are going to be chasing down the Hydra for a little bit. Well, no one is around, just for a few seconds. Turek and Imaga have joined their companions in this bottom lane, but now it's a 5 versus... Well, not anymore. It was a 5 versus 4 situation. However, Hydra is taking quite a bit of damage here. The overdrive coming out as well. Des now moving in. Alex Pro is going to go down, but it doesn't really matter because he has Resurgence available from his soul stacks. That was a scary laugh.
Yep, he is going to respawn and be able to head back to help his team instantly. However, with that kill and with those couple fights, Yard team gained the level advantage.
Yeah, they had it for quite a while, to be honest, but right now, because of losing those fights, it would be a little bit closer, and these Bruiser Camps are going to head straight into the top lane. The biggest thing that Sheep has to do right now is keeping the Hydra away from this little shrine here. But, yeah, it's going to be very close. I would imagine the next one to get the Dragonite is going to be... if your team gets the Dragonite, they're going to be taking the game, and the other way around, if Kick team is going to be picking up the Dragonite, they're at least going to be equalizing the game. I don't think they can win it from there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Like, they haven't taken a single fort yet. Hang on. They haven't taken a single tower yet.
Well, their Knights in the top lane are going to at least change that.
Good job, Knights. MVP.
But technically, actually, if Team Kick can keep this up and at least equalize the levels, then they have more snowball potential than their opponents, because there are so many more towers and forts on the map for them to immediately snowball into.
This is true. They can get, if they can start killing stuff, they have a lot of saved up XP. Basically the bank of XP in these forts and towers, which could get them a pretty good lead, like you said, as long as they can just continue to keep up. That's all they have to do. For now, though, going to be grabbing the bottom shrine. Just make sure that the shrine swap goes down so that no one is grabbing the Dragon Knight. And your team have all head up to the top lane and are going to be clearing out that Bruiser camp. And Team Kick incoming, using that opportunity to immediately steal the easy camp, as that was pretty much the only objective left on the map. And now, going to start pushing this bot lane to get some XP, but they're going to have to be, because, yeah, your team's going for their top keep.
To be fair, Siege Giants, in my opinion, are a little bit stronger than Knights when left alone.
I'd agree,
definitely. Just due to the fact that they have such large range that the opposing minions and force can never touch them. So you have to reply to them, at least with your own forces. And yeah, that's the biggest thing about them. So
the positioning, especially on this map, the positioning of these particular Siege Giants when you take your opponents is very, very annoying and very, very difficult to deal with.
Not only that, if the Siege Giants are up, then giving up the top shrine and taking the bottom shrine is so much better. It's incredible. So you should never want to be giving away the bottom shrine the moment, or rather going for the top shrine and then giving away the bottom shrine, because that will allow your opponents to take the Siege Giants and deal all that much damage.
Interesting talent choice here. Valor has gone for the Bolt of the Storm, valuing safety over damage in taking the Nexus Frenzy. Demaga, however, did take the Nexus Frenzy and is doing huge damage from the back there. And there comes the Divine Storm onto Dez and Hydra, but Hydra does not care. There's the Apocalypse, though, and it's going to interrupt the mosh pit from ETC. Alex, the Pro G, just continuing to do it, but there's the Ancestral Healing, completely healing back Hydra, and Dez just continuing to tank everything. Keep goes over to Yard Team. They're going to be backing up. Ancestral Healing onto Hydra, healing him back up to full and keeping the entire team alive. Very well done by them. They're going to be able to back up and look for clearing the mid lane, gaining control of that area. And then, maybe if they can force a fight and actually get a kill, they'll be able to grab the Dragon Knight.
Well, a few things are going to be happening in just a few seconds, and that's, one, Team Kick is going to be hitting level 20. Two, this siege camp is going to be available for Team Kick to actually take here. Ooh, Alex the Proc is going to be spotting out Turek. Three, all their opponents' ultimates are currently on cooldown, and I would say that's going to allow them to have some time so that they can get to that level 20 while ignoring their opponent's level 20 abilities for just a few seconds. Of course, you can't really ignore the Raynor ability, the Nexus Frenzy, but still, Tazdingo right here has to be a little bit careful of Hydra.
Yep.
Just keep nice Bolt of Storm there.
Oh, he's trying to sprint. He's sprinting towards the enemy base, though. He's very dead. What is it with Nazi-Bows and being caught out of position in this game?
Yeah, well, what can I say? They really like crushing the Shaman. But finally, level 20 talents now also on the side of Team Kick, and that means that we're going to be seeing the big red button, the Twilight Archon, the additional damage and range on the Ravenous Spirits. We also have the Divine Hurricane now, and finally Bolt of Storm for Diablo for that immense engage potential. Interesting choice though, because you also have the Apocalypse. On the other hand, well, you don't die that easily, so most likely it's not going to be as useful as,
yeah, Bolt of Storm, I think, is going to be more around positioning and engage. Blink onto the enemy team and maybe see if you can CC someone into your team. For now, though, Dragon has finally gone over to Yard Team, and they're going to use this to try and push in for the win by the looks of it. We are at 19 minutes, and they are going for it. Valor playing a bit more aggressively than I think she would have if she had taken the Nexus Frenzy, because, like we discussed earlier, the Bolt is a solid pick. It gives her the escape that she wouldn't have if she had Nexus Frenzy, and Sheep diving very, very far to try and get Valor, but Valor instantly blinking backwards and is now focusing on Alex the Pro G, who has tackled his way back into his own base. Turek and Demaga having a lot of trouble dealing with Vodafil, but now that Jella is helping, Vodafil is dying very, very quickly. And Hydra managing to get Alex the Pro G.
Effective.
Yeah, but it was able to catch Alex the Pro G for a bit, and that will not kill him. In fact, he does get away. Dez taking a lot of damage. We are now seeing Yard Team on the run here. Dez going to CC everyone and allow his team to escape. They were able to deal a little bit of damage to that core, and that is a pretty good fight for them. Not terrible. They didn't lose any members, and they were all able to get out alive. They did a bit of damage. Not a terrible use of a dragon at all.
Yeah, definitely, but you would have expected them to actually take down the core with everything they had. And you were talking about Bottle of Storm. Yes, I agree that it would allow her to play a little bit more aggressive. On the other hand, though, she already has a Vault. She can... you can now see that she's lacking a little bit in the damage department because she changed her build. You went from the full auto-attack build to a less than full auto-attack build because of the fact that you don't take the Nexus Frenzy. And that's a huge hamper on her damage output, even if it does provide for a little bit more safety.
Well, despite that, she still is topping the damage chart with 59,000 damage, closely followed by Tychus on the enemy team with the 56,000 damage. And like you said, it does limit her damage a little, but she's still done the auto-attack build. Nexus Frenzy is just the icing on the cake. It's what a level 20 talent should be. It's a spike in damage, but instead, she's relying on the ability to stay alive in a fight and engage and continue to lay down her damage rather than dealing what damage she can before she gets engaged upon and possibly killed off. So like we said before, valuing safety over that little spike of extra damage, and it is still a very viable choice.
Yeah, both of them would have been easily defendable, but for now, though, both teams are getting ready for the next Dragon Knight. You can really see the movements coming out of the team of Team Kick. And your team setting up for a gank here. But that's going to be a little bit hard. They're dealing with a Tastar with Oracle. Yeah. And here we go.
They are rolling forward. Alex the Pro G is on full stacks. He's almost... Oh, wow, the aggressive onto high, but he didn't get behind him, so was not able to tackle him into his team. He just CC'd him for a little. Is now taking quite a bit of harass, but now the turnaround happens. Apocalypse hits no one. Divine Hurricane does hit Jella and Hydra, but now Rollick is in a bit of trouble. Dez, we're seeing a lot of messy CC currently coming from both teams. Rollick is annihilated, though, thanks to Jella's Rain of Vengeance. And there's the Ancestral healing Jella back up to full. She's going to start working on Alex the Pro G. Taz Dingo dealt as much damage as he can, but he has to back up. Alex the Pro G goes down. He will respawn thanks to his Soulstone. Vonnefiel and Sheep back it up. Taz Dingo is very, very dead. Vonnefiel, he doesn't have Dimensional Shift, in fact. Oh, he had B-Sides, though. That's able to keep him alive. Alex the Pro G is now backing up before he gets killed off again. Jella giving chase. There's the Blink, and Alex the Pro G taking the Fountain to try and keep himself alive. But now he needs to basically sacrifice himself to try and help save his fort, but it's not going to be enough. 3 versus 5. This is going to be GG, and Yard Team will take game number 2 and even up the score to 1-1.
Well, on the other hand, though, we still have the Divine Hurricane coming up.
The
actually forced to blink out, and the Imago goes down. You were talking about how this might be over, but they're actually defending their core. They're keeping their core alive, and this might be the turnaround moment. The stun onto Hydra. Tychus is about to come right back into the action. The heal beam landing on the turret. They're looking to actually take him down, but if they're fast enough, they can take the counter attack here with the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, they can try, but numbers is still in favor. Is still tied. It's still 3 versus 5. It's about to be 4 versus 4. It's about to be 5 versus 5. And yeah, bottom shrine stolen by Sheep there. So we're not going to see a Dragon Knight get taken by Yard Team there. For now, though, both teams waiting for their members to respawn. I did call that a little bit early. There are still minions, in fact, pushing the core, but the minion wave that just spawned will be able to deal with that.
Yeah, another thing to keep in mind here is the fact that now both shrines are in favor of Team Kick, and Dez and Rollick are currently fighting over that middle shrine. Jella now looking for a little bit of damage here on Taz Dingo and Sheep. The stun is available, so they are able to just go straight for this shrine here if they so desire by just stunning down Dez, so he has nowhere to run. Jella actually chasing down Sheep. Diablo in the background goes down, doesn't have his stack, so he will be out for the count for 60 seconds, and this means that now it's most likely going to be game here, as your team has more than enough members to take down the team of Kick.
Yep, Taz Dingo does get slowed by the Chen Kick and taken down. We're now seeing Sheep popping his sprint just to escape, make sure he doesn't get caught. Tassadar on the run. Jella's been chasing him down this entire time in the top lane. He does escape, but now we're seeing the entire team of Yard Team once again go for the core It's 3 versus 5 again. I'm getting deja vu here, but this time there's a much weaker core in between Yard Team and the victory. There's a Divine Hurricane again, and once again Rainer dies, but they're still diving the core this time. Dez is slowing them down, and I don't think it's going to make a difference. They're still trying, though, but it's not going to be enough. And there's GG. Yard Team takes game number 2, and they're going to be moving on to a game number 3 against Team Kick incoming.
For now, though, we are jumping into the match finally. It's counting down. Took a little bit longer than we'd hoped, but that means we're going to be playing on the Dragonshire again. And I've been told that there are a lot of shires in the UK. Worcestershire? I'm not entirely sure if you have to say that. I believe it's just Worcester.
Worcestershire, yeah. Or Worcestershire, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I don't know. I've never been. I haven't had to say that out loud in many years. But now, though...
Now I'm forcing you to do it.
Indeed. How dare you? How dare you make me use my language? For now, though, we have loaded it in for the 5th time today to the Dragonshire. And spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is going to be Yard Team. And starting in the top lane, on the Chen, it is Dez. In the mid lane on the Tassadar, it is Demaga. On the Asmodan, it is Hydra. On the Malfurion, it is Turek. And it is going to be Jella on the Valor.
On the other side, we have Sergeant Hammer being piloted by Tazdingo. We have Vonethil, who is running the Nazebo. Alex is running the ETC once again. Rollick on the Trant. And finally, on the Uther, it is Ship.
Yep, both teams running the 4-man mid lane to see if they can get a little bit of lane push first. Asmodan here will likely be staying for the moment. Actually, no, he can still dance between the 2 lanes. Chen is going to be dueling against Sergeant Hammer in the top lane. I can see that going pretty evenly, actually, but I think Chen should gain an advantage on that. For now, though,
that should be going into Chen's favour. And Sergeant Hammer, well, eventually will have to go back due to the lack of shields that she has. So if this is going to be engaging...
Both teams missing an XP here in the bot lane. But that still keeps them even. And Hydra is still getting the stacks. I'll keep an eye on his stacks. He already has 16. That's some of the most stacks I've ever seen this early. A nice zombie wall by Vodafield. Going to be slowing down.
I'm a little bit scared about the fact that Hydra already has 16 of those stacks.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's going to be very bad. Oh my god, the engagement though. Turek being dropped very low. Shield from Tassadar drops onto him. Will keep him alive. Vonafield now taking a bit of harass. However, Hydra on his way to that bot lane. He wants those stacks. And this is I would like to point out, this is a composition specifically built to give Hydra the best chance of stacking as possible. We have a lot of abilities. The Storm, the Multi-Shot, the Root, the Moonfire, and the Fire out of Chen. All abilities that can drop a minion wave low without killing it. And that makes them easy pickings for Hydra with his Q. There we go, look at that. He gets almost everything in that minion wave. Again, he's already on 36 stacks this early.
Oh, Turek
he's fine.
Has to fall back immediately. But yeah, you're right, he's already on 36, and that's only 2 minutes in. Well, he doesn't get this one because his timing is a little bit off.
He got one. Still. He got 1 minion out of it. And once again, Vodafield, being a massive jerk, is just going to throw down another zombie ball. Takes a couple shots from Jella for his trouble, though.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Vonathil is doing a fine job, but as of this moment, he's going to be forced to get himself back to his own fountain. But he already used that one, so he's going to be running out of mana really, really soon. Okay, he is already on 21 stacks of that of his basic ability, the Death Ritual.
Yep, 21 stacks on Death Ritual is not bad as well. He's still stacking his way up. But he's having trouble getting near the minion wave. And then he's having trouble actually getting his mark on them because of how quickly the team of Yard Team does kill this minion wave. The minions push up to tower very quickly, meaning some of them are actually dying. He's having to use his zombie wall and his frogs to stack the minion, meaning he's running out of mana. Chen, though, goes down to the 3-man gank out of Yard Team. That's out of Team Kick incoming. Demaga just going to be trying to soak the XP here if it wasn't for the fact that Tazdingo is playing super aggressively and pushing him out of lane.
It's the most aggressive Sergeant Hammer I've seen so far, to be honest. And in the meantime, though, Hydra has to be a little bit careful. Here's the zombie wall, and immediately the chain CC is coming. There's the stun, and the base melt, and goodbye, Asmodon.
Yep, completely locked in there, able to be taken out very quickly. Having a look at some of the... hang on. Turek able to back out. I thought Alex the Prodigy was actually going to be able to get onto him, but For now, both teams going to be grabbing a shrine each, so we're not going to see a Dragon Knight as of yet. For now, though, Turek clearing the bot wave. He does have quite a bit of company here, but he shouldn't be in any serious danger. Jella just attempting to land some harassment. She has gone for the multi-shot build this time.
Yeah, not so much the auto-attack build, and most likely doing so because of the facts that you just said about just dealing damage to the wave but not killing it instantly. Speaking about dealing damage to the wave, it's already down to half hit points. That means that Hydra has to be a little bit careful here, but yeah, Hydra has to toss its bomb out really fast, or else it's never going to hit in time nicely.
Very nice. Let's have a quick look. 96 stacks at 4 minutes. That's pretty nice. He's doing a good job, and he now has the damage over time and the decreased cast time, so he can just cast instantly. Alex the Pro G though going on to Turek. Follow-up stun comes out, and he gets taken down. The CC train. We've seen this before, pretty much with this exact same comp. It is very, very effective. This is going to be a battle of the CC train versus the stacks. Can Hydra stack enough damage to be wiping out the enemy team? Oh my god, gets everything again. This is so good. He's getting so many stacks. But yeah, can he get enough stacks to burst down enemy players before he ends up... Look at the top lane. There's now a lot of trouble. Lunar Flare, he had to dodge that one, and that meant he had to dodge into the enemy team and get another kill here onto Dez, who's getting utterly destroyed in that top lane. Yeah. And, well... Now we are seeing the trading of those shrines once again, and I believe that if Hydra actually lands his Global of Annihilation on the zombie wall, he also gets stacks. I don't think that is the case. He will actually get some stacks from the bot lane, though. His team's still dealing with stuff there, so he's just going to have to kill this minion wave in the mid lane with whatever he has. Jella almost getting caught out by Alex the Pro G, but stun misses and vaults away from the enemy team. There's no zombie wall currently up, so she does not get caught. She's able to back out. Hydra continuing to stack. Just sitting here and stacking. But yeah, it's basically, can Hydra stack enough damage to win the game before the CC train gives Team Kick Incoming the bigger advantage?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to tune into the next episode of Tetcher Ball C. In the meantime, though, Tastingo already taking quite a bit of damage, has the concussive blast forcing Dimaga back. Oh,
bot lane. We did see Jella go down to the mosh pit Starfall. Turek gonna get stunned as well. Can they hit him? No, there's nothing left to hit him over the wall with. But they were able to take down Valor thanks to the combination of mosh pit Starfall and just the sheer damage coming out of Tyrande when she drops her Hunter's Mark onto someone. Hydra, however, has now hit level 10 so that he can get the bonus damage from Blackpool, so that he can now one-shot minion waves. He's getting close to being able to do that anyway. He has the current bonus. He has the current 166 bonus damage.
Is amazing, Tetcher, especially at this moment.
166 bonus damage is pretty nice. And for those who don't know, and one-shot minion wave. Oh, not one-shot minion wave. Missed one. But
close enough.
Close enough, and it still stacks. 178. And he's going to help take this easy camp over the wall. Both teams just grabbing their mercenaries for now, just getting the pressure out on the map. Sergeant Hammer, currently 2 people in her lane, is going to have to be careful.
Yeah, but for now, Hydra is more than happy of just extending this game. He's up to about 200 stacks, and that means that this wave is going to get taken out once again. One more hit, almost everything.
Yeah, it definitely kills the wizards. Yeah, I think it definitely kills the archers. I don't know if it kills the wizards or not. Unfortunately, the brew that Captain Marga was taking does actually get reset. So Hydra having to come back in and deal a lot of the damage that Marga had already thrown down. They will be able to get it though, just via tanking, and there we go. That Q currently doing about 700 damage. Pretty effective at wiping out this stuff. There's a bit of a scuffle in the top lane. Dez coming off far on the
Another
worst
fight
of
in
this.
the bottom lane here as well. Jella and Turek, they have to be very careful. There's the Lunar Flare onto Turek. And he will survive for now, but that's a 4-man push in the bottom lane together with some Siege Giants. These towers are not going to be long for this world, are going to get taken out pretty fast as well. And Dez wants to be jumping over the wall here. Tastingo is right there. Now he's in siege mode, fighting off the Dez and the Dimaga. But whether it's going to be enough, though, Tastingo will be walking away from this one.
Yep, gonna back up. Doesn't want to try and fight 2 people just to give his team a chance to grab that Dragon Knight. They don't want to take the risk. However, in the bot lane, the stun train. The stun train. Jella's just attempting to kill out Alex here, but last second ice block. Not going to save him, but it delays them a bit. But down goes Turek again. Currently 6 kills to 0. Basically, this entire game has now been put on the shoulders of Asmodan. Can he stack enough to save his team? It's simple as that. He's literally, like you said earlier, the Dragon Ball Z of this game. He's going to be powering up for 6 episodes and then suddenly beat up the guy who's been beating up everyone.
Yeah, so he's going to be Goku in this case.
Yeah, Asmodan has to be Goku. The only way they really have a chance. He is getting a lot of stacks, though. So yeah, he is doing a good job about that. However, everything else is losing. Although top lane pushed pretty well. Dez has been doing a great job with that. And Dimaga's been up and down helping him out.
Yeah, Dez pretty much being the Vegeta of their team. I mean, beating up people until Goku arrives.
This is true. Like, I'd actually say that's I'd say that's more Tassadar. Dimaga's been the one who's been around the map, who's been dealing with everything.
Yeah, but that would mean that Tassadar would be Krillin. And who would be Yamcha? I would say Turek. He's been dying a lot. Yeah,
definitely Turek. And he's the healer. He's the one who carries the sensu beans.
it is true in the last couple of... Then again, in any case, we are
now... Our fanfics aside, we're currently seeing Team Kick incoming, possibly looking for a bush gank. But Turek not having any of it, playing very far back, does not want to get caught out. Hydra also playing very far. The problem is, Hydra's doing such a good job of clearing these waves. He's actually having to play... Oh, he gets zombied here. And stunned. Gets the wave, though, so that's nice for taking a lot of damage. But he's clearing the waves so efficiently, there's nothing to protect him, because the enemy is pushing down all the buildings, and now there's no minion waves protected, because his wave's too pushed up. So Asmodan is having to play super, super close to base now, and they're actually missing out on quite a lot of XP because of this.
Yes and no, but on the other hand, he can. This is going to allow him to drag out the game even more. And speaking of dragging out, they're going to try and drag Chen by his ears, but apparently they can't quite reach just yet. In the meantime, though, Dimaga trying his best to take down the Dragon Shrine, but he can't because of the fact that Sheep was there with the heal beam, and of course Rand now in the top lane, taking the top shrine back again.
Yep, currently we're at 10 minutes, 364 stacks. Not the most we've heard of, but still pretty nice out of Asmodan. That's just going to keep getting higher. For now, though, only the levels are actually the same for the moment, but it's only going to get higher for Team Kick incoming Yard team. Need to do something about this right now. Dez going on to Tazdingo, but did not know that Rollick was here. Stun lands onto Dez. He is taking a lot of damage thanks to the Hunter's Mark. There's the Starfall. Isn't able to take him down.
Coming in from the rear, though, here straight onto Tazdingo, but can't quite land all the hits. Does manage to kick Rollick off his horse. Tazdingo with a concussive blast as well. Oh, beautiful stun right there. Now they're turning it around straight onto Jella and Dimaga with the napalm. Alex Brock coming in on his mount. Can he get into position for this slide? Well, there's the Raven of Spirit as well. Jella is dead. Goodbye.
Jella's dead, and so is Tassadar. He got mosh-pitted. It is only Dez and Hydra alive. And Turek in the bot lane. But we're going to see Dez and Hydra back it up. They're going to abandon this fort. Very little they can do about it. In the meantime, we're going to see Alex the Pro G and Vodafil head down to this bot lane to see if they can get their hands on that shrine, or at least that Turek. Alex the Pro G choosing the Turek as the primary option, and he's going onto it. Vodafil is behind him. There's the root, which does actually land onto Alex the Pro G. Vodafil continuing the chase, but Turek able to keep himself alive, does not get CC'd. Dez, on the other hand, he does have that movement speed boost thanks to that Brewmaster's balance, and he's able to might be able to grab the top shrine in time. Yeah, he should. Oh, and denied anyway from the queue.
There we go.
Yeah, very good job, Hydra. Able to deny that and to be very annoying. Asmodan and Tassadar on the same team is ridiculously annoying when you try to pick up a Dragon Knight.
Asmodan in general is ridiculously annoying. Actually,
better fire quick.
The Tasdingo, but a beautiful booster rockets. Although, yeah, you were right. They took the Dragon Knight.
Yep, wow. Hydra gonna get it! He hit Sergeant Hammer from downtown with the Q. And that is actually their first kill of the game. 3 points! Yeah, Asmo Dunk. We've been hearing it again in the chat. And that's actually a couple extra stacks. Why not?
Come on and slam.
Come on and slam. And this is Asmo Dan. Hydra and the rest of the team. This is the Hydra show now. It's all up to him. He's going to continue dunking. And they've actually managed to push back the Dragon Knight with this kill and give themselves a bit of breathing room. However, level advantage is still in favour of Team Kick incoming.
I just love the ragdoll animations that are in this game.
Yeah, the ragdoll animations are awesome, especially with abilities like the Globe of Annihilation, where they just get smashed from the sky and go flying through the air.
Yeah, so for now, this Dragonite's not doing all that much. It's about to expire. And once again, look at the damage being dealt here by Asmodan. Volatile immediately knocked down to half health just by one of these Globe of Annihilations.
Yeah, it does a very good job. He's just, the Blackpool Globe of Annihilation means he's doing 1,000 and a bit damage with those Qs. However, Jella, getting the Volt, the unstoppable part of the animation, able to save her from the mosh pit. Very nice there. Sheep getting chunked by that Q from Asmodan. Not going to stop Jella though. Jella continuing to push, basically on her own here, trying to chase down Rollick, but decides that push is probably over. I should stop. Gets demounted by the Starfall though. Very nice position Starfall out of Rollick, slowing down the enemy team.
For now though, yeah, I can't really... I'm reading the chat for now. Everybody's enjoying the Asmodunks here. But yeah, if we're looking at the talents... graduating range, we're looking at Stone Skin for EDC, Hardened Focus for Uther, Specialized Toxin for Nazebo, and finally Shooting Star refunds all mana if you hit a hero, depending on how accurate, of course, Round is. Things to keep in mind here is the fact that Team Kick is currently still one level ahead and will be hitting their level 20s before Team Yard. But Team Yard is going the long mile here together with Asmodan.
Yeah, this is true. And wow, 1,397 damage on that Q. And what's the current cooldown on Blackpool? Blackpool has 20-second cooldown. So, and you get 2 charges of it as well, don't you? So,
yes, this is true.
Yeah, so every 10 seconds, basically, you can throw down another 1,500 damage Q. And he's one-shotting minions anyway. That's ridiculous. I love it. But for now, like you said, Team Kicking coming do still have the advantage. They are holding on to it. And they are going to be heading up to the top lane, dealing with this Bruiser camp, and getting ready for the Shrines to spawn in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but if we're looking at Team Yard, they don't really have to go to the top lane. They just send Hydra. And Hydra from downtown, just going to be smacking up all these minions. Just look at this. He's standing there. Here we go. Come on, slam. And buy Minion Wave. Yeah,
Minion Wave. And it completely annihilated Mercenaries that was in that lane. Only the Wizard has survived. Why is it always the Wizard? I thought he was the squishiest. Oh my god. Chunking Tazdigo, but he gets a heal from Rollick. Gonna keep him quite healthy. But this harassment is forcing Team Kicking coming to play a lot less aggressively than I believe they otherwise would. Turek, once again, playing a ridiculously risky game of being completely on his own and very pushed up. Right now, Team Kicking coming. They are coming for him, and Turek finally deciding to back up and not get insta-killed.
Yeah, but for now, they're going to get their hands on both of the Shrines. Sentinel actually coming out as well, but whether that's going to be enough to actually get the Dragonite, I sincerely doubt it. We have the Globe of Annihilation, which is going to be nuking down whoever decides to just stay near the Dragon Shrine.
We have Moonfire.
I mean, look at
well.
Alex Frog. He's going to get a globe to the face, or actually, they're letting the Dragonite go into the hands of Kick.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but
it's a bit risky, but they're just going for it anyway. Q lands onto only Sheep that time. Didn't do as much as they'd be hoping it does at this point. Bolt of the Storm is the level 20 taken by Vala and Asmodan. Extra. Always got to have that safety. Storm Shield coming out of... Oh, wow, that's huge. But nice instant heal from Ufa. Heals most of that back. Yeah, Storm Shield coming out from Malfurion. Hardened Shield from Chen for that huge protection. And the Twilight Icon from Tastar. On the other side, Storm Shield from Tyrande. Give her team that protection. Nexus Frenzy coming out from Hara. Yeah, bottom lane's doing a great job, especially with the promoted minions from Asmo. Yeah. And we have Bolt of the Storm on ETC for the engagements, Divine Hurricane, and the Annihilating Spirit out of Ufa and Nazeebo.
Another thing to note here is that Alex Pro is trying to stop the push in the bottom lane.
Good plan.
Yeah, that's all he's going to be doing. Maybe take down this tower, but that's not going to amount to much at this state of the game.
Yeah, we are seeing the team of Yard team doing actually a pretty good job of wasting Dragonite time. For now, though, Dragonite doing a great job. That right-click damage is just huge at the moment. And Sergeant Hammer is there with him. That finally does get picked off. And there's a Q, though. Huge damage, but The healing from Uther is healing most of it back up. Rollick's also, I think, using his heal on cooldown as well to keep Tazdingo safe and alive. And we basically need to see a follow-up, any kind of follow-up damage from Hydra. We basically need to see the full engagement on top of Hydra's damage so that they don't have any healing afterwards. That's their best chance here.
But the amount of stacks right now on Global Annihilation is about to hit 600.
It's a lot of stacks.
That's if we're looking at the amount of health that most heroes have at this stage of the game, we're looking at 4,000 health. So
he's
every
getting
ball
900 without even. Oh no, he's getting 900 damage without even black pooling.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was looking at. That's 25% of a hero's health bar, and that's a lot.
That is a lot of health. For now, though, bruiser camps being taken by both teams, and then they're just going to group up, clear out any mercenaries they think they can get to. For example, this easy camp in the bot lane going to be going down to Yard team, whereas Team Kicking coming, taking good control of this top lane.
That was 1,700 damage, if I wasn't mistaken.
Was that with Blackpool?
That was with Blackpool.
It's pretty nice. For now, though, they are having to be back to base, except for Turok, who's continuing to split push. Split push Malfurion is apparently the name of the game this time. He's just going to keep going. Also, Chen, who is just mounting up and is going to run back instead of being. Hydra.
Blackpool's there.
Minion wave! Mostly gone. Missed a bit. But the Storm, able to clear that up. Storm, multi-shot, and Globe of Annihilation. Pretty good at clearing a minion wave.
Yeah, and if your minion wave doesn't really hit the keeps, then you're not going to be able to take them down all that easy. And Asmodan is just waiting for that 27-minute mark. And that's the moment where he can just say, okay, I'm tossing some at your keeps, and we're going to get our own catapults in.
Well, to be fair, they can't get that near to the keep. However, once again, bot lane from Yard team is the only saving grace here for them. They are keeping that pushing constantly. Owl doesn't land on anyone. Have they taken extra damage, Owl? No, it's just scouting Owl.
It's good enough, to be honest.
Yep.
Scouting Owl, just showing where your opponents are.
They need to interrupt this. They need to stop it being taken, or that Dragon Knight in the mid lane will go over. Dez
yeah, exactly.
is going to be the one who raids into that shrine to keep it in control and stop that dragon going over. Asmo doing huge damage to Vodafield. Once again, it gets healed back up. Dez is still fighting Alex the Pro G. Starfall doing very large and massive damage to Demaga and Turek. Dez still just tanking everything at the moment. Asmo still chunking damage, and that might be good for them. They're actually going to be able to drive the enemy team back here and grab this bottom shrine. But in comes Sheep. This could be the turnaround. Divine Hurricane coming in. We do see Vodafield's ult cancelled though by Dez. Rollick being dropped very low. He gets healed, but Dez comes in for the kill. He is healing up massively thanks to Malfurion. And down goes Sergeant Hammer. Asmodan still continuing to push forward. Alex the Pro G backing up with the rest of his team. He can give them the speed boost thanks to his Uber Rockstar trait to keep them alive, and chunked on Sheep, keeping him from bouncing
damage,
up.
Thatcher. 1,800 damage.
So much. What's his cooldown? What's his cooldown? Can he fire again? No, he's just being. He's not going to risk it. But this could actually be a Dragon Knight, the first of the game, I think, going over to Yard team. It's happened. He's stacked up enough. He's doing the damage needed.
He has Spirit Bomb.
He has Spirit Bomb. It's 664 stacks, and the Dragon Knight goes over to Yard team. They're heading to the bot lane. It's the only really lane they have properly pushed. So they're going to try and take down the first keep of the game.
All they need is this bottom keep. Then they have.
You only need to take down one keep to win. You only need one keep to get to the core. Demaga going to be fire breathing on that wave. Valor, though, is missing for the team here, and once again, Sheep is the one who gets chunked here. Vodafield just pushed back. Demaga, go for the tower first. I really think he should just focus on this fort, because it is just going to be a huge pain in the ass. Asmodan just staying in the back, and chunked, and is dead.
Actually, look, Alex, he's going straight in with this Bottle Storm, looking for this engage here. There's the Divine Hurricane. He does have his Mospit is still on cooldown, and that's the biggest issue. Des now using his barrel as best as he can. Malfurion goes down, but at the same time, Uther is popped into his ghost form. Des just trying to survive here. Jella now finally joining the fight as well. The Ravenous Spirit is dealing so much damage, forcing Jella to actually toss out the Bolt of the Storm. Durande goes down in the background. Funnethil getting locked up at the Rain of Vengeance, and now it's Dingo and Alex trying to take down Jella, but it's a 3 versus 2 situation, and this is looking terrible for your team, for Kick.
Yep, Jella arriving just in time to turn that fight in his head. Hydra wasn't killed at all. He's continuing. He's full health. He's continuing to go into it. Alex the Pro G attempting to lock some people down. Taz Dingo is so low. 1 Q from Asmodan will kill him off. Where's the cooldown? There it is. And, fire. He's going to live. He's going to live. So close. Asmo, take the shot. Take the shot, Asmo! No, he's not going to risk it. Instead, going to just be using it. Oh, he thought that's where Sergeant Hammer was, but it wasn't. Instead, they're going for the call. Alex the Pro G, gonna mosh pit though. Only catches Hydra and gets interrupted. Taz Dingo, gonna drop down. Alex the Pro G is the last one standing. Ufa's about to respawn though. So much damage onto that core. Getting it down to 39%, but they're actually backing up here now that Ufa is alive. Ufa is going to be able to drive them back. He's charging in. He wants to Divine Hurricane. He doesn't land it though.
Now he gets rooted by Dez, and that means that it is now a very, very close game. Only 9,000 hit points remaining on the core. The shield's rapidly regenerating. But I would say your team is not looking to back down just yet. But that damage on Asmodan is incredible.
Yep, we have 688 bonus damage. So just half that, and you will get the number of stacks. I am too lazy to math. For now, though, they're going to be both teams grabbing all the mercenaries they can. Both going for their easy camps. We have Team Kicking coming, going for their Bruiser camps. Your team yet to start theirs, but they will grab it second they've finished this easy camp.
Almost blocking the backing of Hydra was really, really close. But still, Hydra now 708 stacks. Make that even more. Make that 718. That means that he has 359 stacks.
First person to send me a video of... Oh my god, so much damage. Never mind, we'll get back to this in a second. Turek using his Ice Block. Divine Hurricane does catch Demaga and Dez. Hydra is in the background. Jella took a lot of damage here, but she's currently trying to focus down Sheep. Alex the Pro G is in the wrong place here. Vodaville being chased back by Demaga. He's having to back up. Nice stun onto Turek and Hydra, though. Demaga, out of his Archon form, not going to be able to deal any more damage. No one died in this fight, but there's still potential for it to happen. And Yard Team getting ready to try and take another Dragon Knight. Get owled. They're about to get stunned. But Tyrande able to deny it in time because, well, Nazibo just gave his life to get that bottom shrine, and ETC going to be able to get that top shrine. But yeah, first person, my Twitter is @Tetcher. First person to send me a picture of a Hero League game, or send me a link to a replay of a Hero League game with an Asmodan who gets 1,000 stacks, and I will find some sort of reward for them.
Ooh. A reward.
A reward. Has to be a Hero League. Has to be a Hero League. Actually, I'll accept quick match. I'm not cruel.
In the meantime, though, it's Dez who is going to be fighting Sheep and Alex in the jungle here. Jella now.
Jella.
Stun goes down. There's the Divine Hurricane. Another stun. But fortunately for Jella, she did have that roll available, so was able to vault straight out of there. No follow-up with the mosh pit.
Yep, no follow-up indeed.
Although follow-up from your team is we're taking the big...
Yeah,
bad
and
dragon.
That should be GG. Just Asmodan in the back. Oh no, there's the blink though. That might be... Oh, bolting away from the mosh pit. Never mind. I was about to say that might change it, but no. Asmo dunks plus the Dragon Knight should easily be enough to kill this core. There's the Storm Shield to try and keep the members of Team Kick incoming alive, but that's not stopping Yard Team. They're continuing to push forward. Alex the Pro G gets cleansed, but still dies. Was not punted by the Dragon Knight, but now the core is just being right-clicked. 1,200 damage per auto attack from the Dragon Knight. Hydra is probably going to end up finishing off with a dunk. Never mind, he gets stunned. Or maybe... Oh, stopped in midair. But there is GG. And Yard Team able to bring it back. And they take the game and move on to the finals. Very well played. Commiserations to Team Kick incoming. But eventually, you started to get... Eventually, the stacks got a bit much.